Casey, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like any hobbies, stuff like that, just in general, just so we can get a better understanding of who you are.
So I always like to mention that I don't know why, but like whenever people ask me about myself, my name's Casey. I'm from North Dakota, which is like very obscure for a lot of people. And I think that it's kind of interesting that I've gotten into the field of content creation because like from here nobody's sort of thing. It's kind of awkward. I'm kind of like a small fish in a big pond. I don't really know anybody. I don't have any connections or anything. But I grew up in high school, as most people. Started making videos, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this stuff. Always kind of wanted to be a kind of progressed through that life. After I got out of high school, I was like, I'm gonna go to college for a little bit. It wasn't for me. Dropped out. Ended up trying to do content creation. Realized I was not making any progress. I was like, I'm gonna go back to college. Went back to college, and then I was like, I really don't like college, so I dropped out again. Started doing content again, and finally, my channel started to grow. But I've been creating content for like 6, 7 years or something like that. Pretty much 24. A lot of people see what like creators grow. Oh, well, they came out of nowhere. They just like randomly blew up. No, I've been doing this for years. The growth started to happen recently, but like I think growth is in a lot more than I think I learned a lot of things ways.
Hmm. Okay, and then how did so your name, The King Live, is that just came from your personal no, you obviously your actual name. Did you the live part, were you already planning on streaming before you did everything, or?
Not at all. So my name used to be No, not even. We're gonna go even before that. It just used to be Palis, which was a random name I got in World of Warcraft. It's spelled Pailisu, which you would never have guessed saying Palisu. Um, and basically, this name was just a name that I randomized on World of Warcraft. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is my name now, and that's the online name I stuck with for a very long time. After a while, I was like, I tried to make a YouTube account, and YouTube told me I needed two names because I didn't know how to make a brand account on YouTube. So it was like, hey, people have a first name and a last name. What's your first name? It's like, it's my first name, King. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be King Palasu because that was the brand. And I did that for a little bit. But when I had that name on Twitch, if you're ever trying to tell somebody how to follow your Twitch, and you say, my name is King Palasu on Twitch, and they're like, how do I spell that? I don't like that interaction. I don't like having to tell
Yeah.
somebody how to spell something. I went to school for communications. One of my biggest pet peeves is when anybody in marketing, they make it more difficult for you to do the thing that they want you to, right? If I want you to follow my Twitch channel, I want it to be very easy for you.
Hmm.
So I was trying to change it to Just King. Unfortunately, the name Just King is taken. So I was like, okay, well, let's try different variations. TheKingLIVE is what I settled on. Something I do want to say about people trying to rebrand too. I would go with your gut. If people tell you, I don't like that name. If you like it, because a lot of people told me don't do TheKingLIVE. I'm so happy.
I think it's really easy to remember. And especially since wait, so you did that The King Live before you started streaming or after you started streaming?
I
Like,
was streaming at this point.
okay, so that live makes sense. Okay, because I was like, if you're making YouTube, maybe the live was like, but I mean, it still can make sense. It kind of just refers to some sort of like content creation. It kind of just gives that sort of hint.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's a little weirder for YouTube, but I wanted to stay across all platforms.
no, no, I get that. And so, did you have a favorite game that you liked before Valorant? Because I'm gonna assume right now it's Valorant.
Yeah, Valorant's my game right now. I've played a lot of games over the years. I guess like the main one would be League of Legends. Before I played League, I guess I played a lot of World of Warcraft, but I played League for basically 10 years, and that was kind of what got me competitive.
Do you have any hobbies besides like video games and like Valorant and stuff like that?
Um, Not really. I like karaoke. So
Oh.
I used to do a lot of Twitch things before I was playing Valorant. And that was like a big time for me. It was kind of karaoke live on Twitch, which is like it was fun. It built up a lot of confidence within me. I wasn't always into karaoke, but my friends kind of convinced me to go one time. And I always enjoyed singing. I was in musical theater and stuff, so it was a pretty good fit for me. I'm not good at it. I enjoy it though. It's okay time. If you go back on my Twitch, you can find clips of me posting that. Somebody posted one in chat the other day. I was like, ooh, that's embarrassing. Okay.
You're not gonna do
Keep
that
rolling.
anymore? You got a sub goal for that?
I might do it again eventually if I'm ever just feeling it.
Hmm.
But right now it just doesn't feel like my type of content. I'm
Hmm.
very I try to be careful about the type of stuff that I do. People have
Hmm.
been asking me to do like a setup review
Uh-huh.
for the longest time. Like they wanted to see my setup and stuff, and I was like, that doesn't feel like the kind of like what my channel's about. Like
Hmm.
I decided to do it for a 10K special because it felt like appropriate. But
No,
um
I get that because you kind of want to keep your channel, especially in the beginning, you want to keep it focused and centralized on the content that you want to grow with. And then the other ones is kind of like when you're big, it makes sense. Like like people watch you for you, but when as you're growing, you kind of want to make sure that you're grabbing as many viewers as possible and
yeah.
not turning anyone away. But okay, so let's start moving into the questions about specifically towards streaming. When did you start?
So I started streaming back in 2017, I think. It would have been right after I graduated. I was in school, or either that or I had just dropped out, and one of my buddies was like, "Hey, I'm gonna start streaming. You guys should do it with me." And I was like, "Okay, sure." I've been creating YouTube videos for a while, so streaming's not really out of the realm of possibility. So I decided to start streaming. I think I started playing Rainbow Six Siege. That was my very first game. I was really bad at it, but
I'm still really bad at it. I hate it.
I,
I'm gonna be honest.
I met like a really close friend very on into the streaming days though, and it's like it kind of hooked me in instantly, where it was just like, holy crap, like there's cool people who are just like down to like hang out with you. Like they met us through the stream, and like I'm still friends with that guy today, so that's pretty cool.
And oh yeah, I just can't. I don't know. It's too many angles. I'm so used to like, oh, they're probably gonna be, but there's just pop a hole in a wall and there's a completely new angle. I'm never gonna be able to find
I
out.
think that's so interesting. It takes so much game knowledge, and I don't have it. It would take a long time to figure it out, but I kind of like the idea of having like all these penetrable walls, and like it maybe it's not a good mechanic, but it's a mechanic that exists, and it's what makes the game prestige. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique style. I just, if I can't W key, then I don't want to play. That's just my sort of
No, that's fair.
mentality.
That's fair.
But I understand the tactical part, and definitely playing slow and clearing your angles is like 100 times more important than that, and in Siege than in conventional tactical FPSs. Okay. So are there any people you looked up to in or outside the gaming realm, like whether that be streamers, content creators? I think you did mention there were some people, but I don't know if you went into specifics.
There's a lot of them that I can name. So basically, for my channel, I try to think of people who are unique, or I think that they've done something like super like special within their type of content. So, well, the people that I've taken inspiration from would be like Day 9 TV. He used to do a StarCraft 2 series, much like my own, where way better, way more refined and focused than my own. Mine's a little bit more scuffed, but I think that it works better in like today's Twitch realm. But basically, he would do how to become a better gamer, and he would teach you on StarCraft 2, which was a super complex game. There's so many minute things to it, and he would
I'm a
kind of break it
StarCraft
down.
fan.
Oh, it was awesome. It
I
was such
love
a
it.
good series. I used to watch that like every night when I was a kid. And I was like, I want to take like this type of content and like kind of bring it back like a little bit. So that's something I try to do with my content. And then I also like the War Owl, the way that he does Counter
Yes.
Strike. And I was like, somebody's gonna have to do this for Valorant. Like somebody's gonna do it. Maybe it could be me. Uh, and I was like, okay, well, let's try to take a little bit of that. I also really like Devin Nash. He does a lot of like marketing and like Twitch esports sort of stuff on Twitch.
Did you expect to get this far? Like, how far did you? How long have you been doing this like consistently, or I mean, in your definition, consistently?
So I've been I guess pursuing streaming or content creation for probably like 3 years seriously. Back when I used to live with It's Astrozy in chat actually, and she could vouch for this. When I was in this apartment, I was doing a full-time street schedule. I made all the same mistakes a lot of other streamers have. I used to stream like 6 7 hours a day daily, and I would just like sit inside of our apartment and I would like play games. I played Guitar Hero, like Civ 5 and stuff like that, and I had a lot of stream hours in this year, and it was just something that I enjoyed.